Welcome to Pardon That Vine. My name is Riccobono, and this is the world's most unbiased wine review forum. And tonight we're doing something that we rarely do, and I'm tasting a wine that I've already drank tonight. Usually I taste the wine before I've ever tasted it before live on the show, and then occasionally I drink it if I think it's really good. Tonight I was drinking this wine, and in the middle of drinking it I started to really enjoy it, so I said, you know what, I'm going to do a show on it. So this is the Robert Mondavi Reserve Cabernet Sauvignon 1999. I'm sure many of you who drink high-end wines know this wine because, you know, besides Silver Oak, Cake Bread, Caymus, Robert Mondavi is as, you know, famous as it gets. And in 1999, the Mondavi family was still very involved here. The alcohol percentage is, let's see here, 14.1%, and 68% of this wine is from the Tokalon vineyard. Tokalon, T-O-K-A-L-O-N, is one of the most you know, highly sought after, respected vineyard in Napa Valley. And it's, you know, a lot of times you'll see Beckstofer Tokalon. So if you ever see a wine with Tokalon, it's usually you know, usually a really good wine. Let's see what else is about this wine. Let's try it. We'll see where it goes. I've really enjoyed it tonight. I can already say that. Like I said, I never say that. I saved a little of it. What I do want to say is this is a 1999, and it made me think, because I have, believe it or not, very few, when it comes to my entire collection, older California Cabernets. And you think of people, you know, a lot of people who are not into wine think right away, I need a wine. You know, I want to drink wines that are older, and you know, obviously the older the wine, the better it is. And if you're drinking an 05, 06, 07, it's not good. And it's just not the case. It's you know, in certain regions, Bordeaux, Amarones, Barolos, you do want your wine to age, but it goes back to the style of the wine you want. If you like fruit-forward wines, wines that are big, huge, backbones, tannicky, but the tannins that come in at the right time, then you actually want to drink your wines younger. And the great winemakers of today, with the technology the way it is, are able to produce wines that will drink tremendously today, but also will last for 10 to 20 years. And that's the big difference. And that's kind of where Bordeaux is even going. So don't be fooled by thinking I need to age my wine. Because when you age your wine, all you're going to do is you're going to lose some of the color, you're going to lose some of the fruit. Now, I'm not saying, and you're going to obviously lose some of the tannins, but the problem is with California Cabernets is I think most of them drink best from 5 to 10 years out. And you really got to know your wine, because a lot of wines, if you let go 8, 9, 10 years, and Mondavi's one that does age very well, then you're going to lose a lot. You know, you're going to think you're opening up this great bottle of wine and it's going to be dead. So it's very important to pay attention to that, and like I always say, email me if you have a question on a specific wine of when it should be drank, you know, when it's going to be drinking optimally. So I just think that's a very important point, because, you know, even just from talking to friends of mine who casually are into wine, they're always talking about, you know, oh, you know, that's a 1984, I got a 1982 Chianti. And, you know, Chianti happens to be a wine that you do not want to age, depending on, you know, occasionally you find a producer who makes their Chiantis to age. But it's very important. Even, you know, Pinots, some Pinots age, some don't, and I can go on and on and on. But anyway, let's get into this wine. 1999, Robert Mondavi. I have one more point to make. Parker gave this an 87. Enthusiast gave this a 95. Spectator gave it a 94. Is that interesting to you? Because to me, you have two so-called leading experts. One giving a 95, calling it a very complex wine. And another person giving it an 87, 88, calling it, you know, wine that's not worth your time. If that doesn't teach you that it's up to the individual palate, I don't know what does. And I don't know why that's not a bigger, you know, doesn't get more time, press, whatever you want to call it, in the wine industry, because it all comes down to your palate. If I sit here and say it's an 80 or I say it's a 98, that really doesn't mean anything. You got to drink it yourself. And you know, Parker sat here and said this wine's mediocre, and Lauby from Wine Spectator sat here and said this is a beautiful wine. You know, is one person right? No, it comes down to the palate. But anyway, that's something that I think is very interesting. Let me give my rating now and see where we go. Nice dark color. It's actually cloudy, which I think there's some sediment at the bottom. I can already tell you what's going on here. So tonight I drank this, and I also drank a 2006 California Cabernet that I really like called Stephanie, which is just pure fruit, just a fruit bomb, as you would say. And that's when I decided that I wanted to taste this on the show, because there was so much complexity. There's so much fruit in this wine. It is so fruit forward, but there is a lot of minerality, a lot of cigar, a lot of tobacco on the back end of the nose. Let's give it a taste. It's very Bordeaux style, especially the Bordeaux I had been tasting in Bordeaux. Huge finish. I still taste it. Still coating my cheeks. Lot of fruit, but a lot of minerality, a lot of earthiness, a lot of soil. Perfectly integrated. Perfect tannins. Long. I can still taste it. We're talking 99, so we're a good 10 years. Now this California Cabernet, Mondavi makes wines to last. This is going to go another 10 years, in my opinion. Another 8 to 10 years. This is a beautiful wine. You know, I just don't, I mean, I'm still tasting the fruit. It's coating my mouth. I want to give it one more taste. And notice I've kept the color. Look how dark that is. There's no brownish. So much going on in the mid-palate. Big tannins, but they don't come in till at the very end, after I've gotten to enjoy the wine in the mid-palate. It's a great wine. I'll probably give it a 93 plus. I'm not going to go as high as Enthusiast, but Parker, I don't know what he was talking about here with an 87. I fully disagree with that. If you can still find us on the market, which it is, I've seen it on the internet. It's you know, it releases at $125. This is probably about $95 now. The price has actually gone down a little bit due to the economy, obviously. But the Mondavi's, even though the Mondavi family is not as involved or involved at all in some cases, depending on the vintage. The recent vintages have gotten great scores and have been great wines, but this is a 99. Check out the 99 if you can. Anyway, I'm glad I did this show because this is a really nice wine, very interesting. It's a very interesting topic as to when to drink the California Cabernets. Anyway, with that, have a great day, and I will see you tomorrow. Thank you.